First Alliance, Coast played, Tribe and Arizona Storm played, and First Alliance and Tribe will get the bronze medals. But this is the big one, the biggest match of the club season. I have on the championship pants and the 1984 Olympic gold medal team commemorative shirt from our sponsor Mizuno, and I'm excited to bring you this matchup. Unbelievable skill level on both sides of the net. Practically everybody committed somewhere, and some big-name programs being represented today. Now our officials are going to be introduced, and we'll just give their names. Our two line judges are Jamal Brown. He is on the Coast side, and on the other side it is Henry Chen. And our two scorers, Tara Dye is on the Coast side, and Kaylee Jodarski is on the Arizona Storm side. Our first referee is Brian Ford. He's from the Rocky Mountain region, and he's got the whistle. He's going to beckon the players on. And our second referee is Michael Alexander from the Chesapeake region. Tara Dye is from the Iowa region, Kaylee Jodarski from the Arizona region, Jamal Brown from the Palmetto region, and Henry Chen from the Lakeshore region. And we can't play volleyball without these great officials. So we expect a very high level of officiating from this crew, starting with Brian Ford, who is now taking the stand. Good work by our officials to go on to the far side so they could be on camera, and we appreciate their efforts. We also have some ball shaggers here, and we want to mention them. We have two players from Drive Nation, Olivia Cohey and Ali Romo, no relation to Tony Romo. And then we have a 12-year-old, not affiliated with Drive Nation, obviously. That's Reagan Jameson. So they are on the far side. I think Reagan Jameson got the middle assignment. She's the smallest, so she won't block anybody's view. And Olivia Cohey is over on the Arizona Storm side, and Ali Romo's in the corner on the Coast side, and it looks like the serve belongs to Arizona Storm. And indeed, that is the case. They will get the first serve, and it will be their libero, and that is number 11, Izzy Mahaffey, as our first server. And we'll talk about these Storm players. A number of them have already won 4 medals, and they're going for their 5th. Well, they have their 5th. What will it be? What a dig by Mahaffey. And going deep was Zoe Hahn, but that's controlled. Now a chance to go line from Jaden Jager. Free ball given. Mahaffey with the diving save. Another swing, and this one won't come back. Zoe Hahn, 6'1", outside hitter committed to Cal State Monterey Bay. She was on the 18s team that played for Arizona Storm last year, but now she's back with her regular crew. And Mahaffey to serve again. Coast in rotation 2 with the setter middle front, Zamora. And this ball, another dig for Mahaffey against Jager. High ball again, and this time, that's coming back too. Coast relaxed. Let's see, was it down? I think it was down. Yes, I think it was down. So that'll be a kill for Jaden Jager, 6'2", outside hitter, going to the Big Ten to Indiana. And the server is the libero. That is a Yuri Park wearing number 1. She is the yellow fade to blue jersey, and she's going to pop over a float serve, and it's going to be a perfect pass and a chance to score on the right side for Samaya Dorsey, 6'2", right side, committed to North Carolina State. And the server will be number 5. That's Olivia Lenz. She's a regular DS. For number 9, she's a 5'7" DS. She is going to go not play college ball, but I think going to Ole Miss. She puts it in play. Tight set, but a deep shot out of the middle. And now a ball cannot be saved. Couple of touches. Mila Galen got a piece of it but couldn't get it over. So another serve from Olivia Lenz. Zamora is going to pop it up, and the big left-handed swing from number 59, Mila Galen, 6'2", right side. She will be attending San Diego State, although she is just a junior, as is Mihaela Huntsman, who is another right side. I believe Coast plays a 6'2". We'll figure that out as we go. Although right now the setter is Zamora in the front row. Storm scores on the big swing, and they'll put Zoe Hahn on serve. So Hahn is serving. Alyssa Aguayo now in the front row. Her other outside hitter, and there's a story there too in terms of people who left early. The attack in the middle, I think it was Ariel Chime, it was. Then Chime with a good cover. Another chance for a shot on the outside from Jaeger. Coast scraps it back over. And now Zamora will get a chance to set Jaeger, and she crushes it. Jaden Jaeger with the kill. And Jaeger will be the server. Let's see, who is the setter? We'll get it figured out in a second. I think it's still Zamora. Angle shot from Alyssa Aguayo comes back, and taking a shot was Ava Poinsett, but the tip drops for Alyssa Aguayo, 6'1", outside hitter going to play at Illinois for Chris Thomas. Coach K will see Illinois when they go down to Nashville and play Vanderbilt on August 31st. Great matchup in the Bridgestone Arena coming up to open the D1 season. Shot to the corner, and that is Ava Poinsett, 6-foot outside hitter. She's an Ivy Leaguer intending to go to Yale. And now we'll see a DS off the bench. That is Petra Fritz, 5'10" DS, going to Seattle. We'll see if she's just a serving sub or if she stays on. Fritz is going to go top spin, and she rips it, but it's wide right. And now she will come back off, so she'll be mostly a server for the middle, Ariel Chime. Now we'll see a sub on the other side as the return of Samaya Dorsey and the departure of Olivia Lenz. So we got the sub on the left and the sub on the right. Our officials doing a great job. The scorers table, Tara Dye and Kaylee Jodarski. Can't play volleyball without our great officials. The server is Kaya Pixler. She puts it in play. And a little slide behind the setter for Athena Cox. But finishing over on the right, I do believe. Let's get the number. A little hard to see the purple numbers and really hard to see the Coast numbers. Pixler serves again. Zamora will push it out 2-point set. What a touch in the back row, Hahn. Now an out of system play, a high ball, and Poinsett puts it in. So Ava Poinsett on a high out of system. Volleyball is won out of system with high sets to your pins, and that's what happened. Now the server is the setter, Ava Zamora. She has a hard float serve, but it's handled by Aguayo, and Aguayo gets it back and finishes. So a first ball side out for Storm, and they lead by 3 again. Hopefully you have a good scoreboard at home. I really didn't verify that with the folks from Baller TV, but normally that is the case. So the server is Aguayo, float serve. And it will come back with a shot out of the back row by Jaeger. Hahn with the swing, now coming the other way. That may score. No, it will not. Saved. And a shot to the corner from McKenna Ruppel, 6'3", middle hitter going to Iowa. She took a two-handed shot to the corner, and Coach Ozhan has seen enough. He is going to take his first timeout, trailing 5-9. And that will give us a chance to mention for Arizona Storm Elite, they are in the gold medal final after winning 17 Open last year. And then Terea Siegler headed early to Nebraska and Devin Wiest early to Utah. So they lost two of their stars off that gold medal winning 17s team, and they are right back in the gold medal final at 18. Sunshine a few years ago won 17 Open, followed up with 18 Open. That's the only time I remember that happening. This team can do something even better because they were the 16 Open champions and also won 17 Open. So they could be the first team in Coach K history to win 3 straight Open titles. And they lead 9-5 early. And they did it losing 2 of their top players. Tool time for Ava. Point set off the block. Give the assist to Ava Zamora, the 5'10 setter. She's going to go to Stony Brook, which I believe is up in New England. I think New York. Pass by Mahaffey off the net, but it's cleaned up by Hahn. Now a chance in the middle, and it's a tip from Cox. Then going off the hands was the right side, Dorsey. Good dig by Aguayo. Oh, the net violation, the double block got up into the net. I think both Galen and Cox got the net. A little bit of nerves in this gold medal final. Coast has won some bronze medals along the way, but hasn't been in the 18 Open final since that 2014 gold medal team. Good serve by Izzy Mahaffey, cross court. And tool time this time, Jaden Jaeger. In the middles exchange as Chime returns. And it is the libero, Yuri Park, 5'3", going to go to Yale with her teammate Ava Poinsett. So a couple of Ivy Leaguers on this Coast team. Tight set, and the double block is there. Chime with Mila Galen. Ariel Chime, 6'3", middle hitter, and she will be down in Nashville as she's going to be part of that new Vanderbilt program starting up this season. Terrific to see Vanderbilt starting women's volleyball. Good pass by Hahn, and down the line on the other side. Jaeger goes out of bounds. That swing was Dorsey down the line. The regular sub of Samaya Dorsey off, and Olivia Lenz on. And let's double check who's in the middle right now. Well, we'll get to it. As the Lenz serve is in, Zamora's going to run a back set to the lefty, and Galen goes long. So it's a 4-point lead again for Storm. They are relentless. Number of players going for their 5th ever medal and 4th gold. That's just unheard of. Good kill off the edge of the block, Jaden Jaeger. And the substitution of it's Juliet Delicio, 5'10", right side from Cal State Monterey. Actually, I think she may be a DS. Let me correct that. Oh, solid block. Chime and Zamora sealed off the net. No chance on that one for Zoe Hahn. Lead down to 2. Pressure on for Storm, and that's an ace. So a short serve that just died from Delicio. Let's see where she goes with her next one. She dropped that ball nicely in front of all the passers. And it's another good one off tape. It goes over Lenz. Oh, angle. Monster swing from Jaden Jager. She chopped it through a big block. Looks like Kenna Kogel 3 is in the middle now with Hahn and Pixler. They line up 2-3-4. Well, technically on your screen, 4-3-2. High ball to Hahn. She's going to roll it. Chance to score for Coast. They run an inside play, but Lenz stops Jager. Angle shot. Is Hahn out of bounds? Jamal Brown with the flag. As that one didn't catch the line, and we are turned around as Coast has their first lead of this first set. If you're joining us late, this is the 18 Open gold medal match. Hahn with a soft shot that will score. Sometimes your big swings come back and your soft shots score points. So it is Zoe Hahn back to serve. Coach Ozhan in his familiar white baseball cap right up on the sideline talking to his receive team. And he'll get a kill from Jaden Jager. His assistant coach, Jimmy Geek, is up. He's in the gray baseball cap. They were together in 2014 in Minneapolis, my first ever 18 Open gold medal final. Float serve from Jaden Jager. Out of system ball for Aguayo. And she found the court with a high over the block shot. So the server will be Kenna Kogel, 6'5", middle hitter, committed to Nebraska. New coach DBK. Oh, ace. Kogel off the passer into the crowd. Huge crowd here. I don't think we have as many bleachers for this one as we do at some events, but here in the Salt Palace, every seat is taken, and there is standing room only for the gold medal final. Biggest match of the club season for 18s. Another good serve by Kogel. She'll defend back right. Tip shot from Chime. Out of system ball. No libero on, so Lenz puts it up for Aguayo. Chance on the left, and it'll be a kill for Ava. Point set. Good side out for Coast as they've tied it up again, and here comes Petra Fritz. She'll be a server. She's committed to Seattle. And she has the top spin, but she catches the net. You live and die with the big top spin serve. We got a sub on the right. They're subbing fast as returning is Samaya Dorsey because the setter. Actually, no. The setter's in the. Well, I'm not sure who's setting a joust. Won by Ava Zamora won that joust. Let's see who is setting. It's number 4, which I have as Kaya Pixler. Do we have a number wrong? I didn't have her as a setter. We'll figure it out as it's a kill for Samaya Dorsey. Yep, Kaya Pixler is the setter. I see it now. She's a 6'3" setter. That's what threw me off. She's next to the middles on my roster, and I thought, she's just another middle. But that is not true. Kaya Pixler with that set to Dorsey. Ball off of hands, and a chance for Pixler to use her right side, and that's a great tip. Yuri Park slid, but she couldn't get there. Coach Ozhan not happy. Let's see what he's going to do. He's going to sub. He's going to bring in Savannah Simpson, committed to Biola. She's a 6'1". I want to say middle. Let's see who he pulled. Well, he pulled Cox, and she is the middle. So a new middle in for Coast. And the dig by Aguayo in the backcourt and the kill for Hahn. And now Storm has pushed back to a 3-point lead after being down one, 13-12. Unbelievable skill level on both sides of the net as a timeout taken by Coach Ozhan. So we want to mention the coaching staffs. Not sure you can see them, but Coach Ozhan Barambegi is the head coach in the white baseball cap. And Neely Karaj is one of the assistant coaches. The other assistant coach is Jimmy Geekus. And the club director is Coach Ozhan. And Coast has won a number of 18's medals, but the last one that was a gold was 2014 in Minneapolis. On the other side, Evan Larson is the head coach. She went to Drury and played middle hitter. She was an assistant coach on that 17's team that won gold last year, and she's also an assistant coach at Grand Canyon University with Ryan Vorderer, who Coach K knows. He played at Lindenwood. Shout out to Ryan Vorderer if he's tuned in today. And their assistant coach is Andrew McCall, who played at Orange Coast Community College out in California. Shot off of the hands of Aguayo, then she returns the favor. Poinsett takes a shot, and it's scoring on the right. Samaya Dorsey. So it looks like, let's see, she was blocking. So Juliet Delicio was definitely in the front row. So she's running to the right side. Was that in? It was a kill for Ava Poinsett, and she will be the server. And Delicio will depart, and coming in will be Mila Galen, the big lefty. Going to San Diego State, one of Coach K's favorite towns. Always nice in San Diego. Torrey Pines land. Cross-court shot from Hahn. It's saved by Yuri Park, and it will come back. Great defense from Coast. But, that ball came right into the plane, and either Hahn got it or McKenna Rumpel, the middle. Might have been Hahn. She was a little quicker off her feet on that overpass. They waited till it broke the plane, leaned back to 4, getting late in set 1. And Izzy Mahaffey back serving, 5'8". Libero headed to Long Beach, and she catches the tape. So the other Libero, Yuri Park, now ready to serve. And Savannah Simpson comes off. So let's see who's in. Front row is Galen, Chime, and Jager. Ooh, that looked out. Henry Chen raises the flag. It was out for Samaya Dorsey. Coast not going away. Coach Ozhan talking it over with Athena Cox, one of his middles. Now he's up talking to the players on the floor. He's a very active coach. Always enjoy Coach Ozhan. See him every year. Tight set, but a good set. Attacked by Jager and Doug. Oh, how does that score? Hahn with a chip shot that drops in the Coast defense, and the lead is back to 3. And here comes Lenz, Olivia Lenz. Not going to play in college, so she's got to be enjoying this gold medal final. She has 4 medals already, including 3 golds. And she puts it in play. Shot from the back row. That was Poinsett. High ball for Hahn. Oh, there was a touch. Henry Chen saw it. I think it was the block. I don't think it was the defense. Coach Ozhan nods in approval. Great line judge work by Henry Chen and Jamal Brown. Makes it easy for our first referee, Brian Ford, and our second referee, Michael Alexander. Lenz to serve again, getting late for Coast. They need a side out right here. Jager buries it. What a shot by Jaden Jaeger. And it's Delicio for Galen. Juliet Delicio. Going to school in Monterey, California. Beautiful. The slide, and that's in. Kenna Kogel ran the slide perfectly, and 4 set points coming up for the server. 2 volleyballs on, so ball goes to the Shaggers, and the server is Zoe Hahn. I love that we have ball shaggers today, volunteers. Jaeger smashes it off of Lenz. Coast not going away. Can they fight off 3 more set points? They'll have to do it on the serve of number 24, Jaden Jaeger. She floats it in. That's the first task. Tight ball back tip from Pixler. And then Pixler gets up on the double block, and it will end it. Pixler and Kenna Kogel on that double block. And the first set goes to Arizona Storm by a score of 25-21. Terrific first set. The good news is the teams don't trade sides, much easier for the fans. And we will have a 2-minute break. I am Coach K, and I am back. Started in 2013, did American and Patriot. Got to interview Kevin Wong as he won a gold in 15 Patriots. Still joke with Kevin about that one today. He was quite happy with his team winning that gold medal. It took 3 sets. Then in 2014, did my first 18 Open gold medal match with Coast, winning. And the recent history in this age bracket, in 2024, it was TAV Black head coach Carlos Ramos winning it over First Alliance head coach Megan Keck. In 2023, a really talented Wave 18 Juliana team out of the Southern California region over Premier Nebraska out of the Great Plains region. In 2022 was Sunshine out of the Southern California region with Aaliyah Rubin now at Stanford over Mad Frog 18 Green. In 2021, it was Premier Nebraska 18 Gold out of the Great Plains region with Lindsey Krause, now I guess graduated from Nebraska, playing libero at 6'4", the tallest libero I've ever seen. They beat Adversity out of the Great Lakes region. In 2020, unfortunately, COVID, no Girls Junior Nationals. In 2019, it was TAV 18 Black with Jenna Winnis winning it over Texas Image. A couple of North Texas teams. Molly Phillips was on that Texas Image team. Top Select won it in 2018. And in 2017, it was KC Power with Madison Lilly, who went on to set Kentucky to the very unique national championship that was the 2020 championship played in 2021 thanks to COVID. So that is the history, at least for Coach K's part, of the 18 Open championship here at the Girls Junior National Championships. It broke out back in 2016. And I probably have that 2016 roster if I really work at it here in the history of Girls Junior Nationals. But I might have to search a bit. That was the first year that it broke out. Well, let's see if we can locate that one. It was in Milwaukee. I found it. This should be interesting. It was the first time that the 18s were separated, and Minnesota Select took the title with Sydney Hilly and Jennifer Mosier on that team, along with CeCe McGraw. That was a talented Minnesota Select team. They had 5 juniors on that team. They each Laguna Beach in the gold medal finals. So there is the complete history of 18 Open since it's separated from the rest of GJNCs as Hahn sends the first ball in. Ooh, great step by Zamora to stay on her side of the center line. And it's a kill for Jaden Jaeger. So the server is point set. That's Ava point set. Tip shot on the right, but then Jaeger comes right back. Hahn with a shot. Jaeger will take another rip. Pixler had to stretch to keep it alive, and Hahn clears it. Out of system ball for Jaeger. She drives it off high hands. Coast playing some defense, and they're going to get a kill from Kogel in the middle. And Coach Evan Larson and assistant coach Andrew McCall all the way over to the sideline, excited about that defense, scoring on the Kogel kill. You have to believe Kogel, committed to Nebraska, is a big-time 18s player. It's Olivia Lenz to serve. Zamora will step in and go middle. Little slide approach for Athena Cox. She's blocked. Then Jaeger drives it through the block. Athena Cox, 6'3" middle hitter, committed to Cal Baptist, so she'll be staying in state. Coast from San Diego, California. They're going to do a sub. Cox is coming out. And coming in is Maya Coaster, 6'2", sophomore. She is playing up. Overpass put away by Jaeger. So Coast with two juniors and a sophomore on the team. Avery Lim, a backup setter, the only junior on Arizona Storm. First back row swing we've seen, and it will score. That was the Bic from Alyssa Aguayo. Pixler hadn't used the Bic, so coming off is Coaster. She was on as a serving sub. Coach Ozhan Barambegi has used a lot of his big roster. Shot from Chimes, dug. Another back row swing, and let's see, it's long. So the hitting here from Hahn gives Coast a 2-point lead, and coming on again is Juliet Delicio. She had some success as a server with an ace in set one, I do believe. Lenz with a tight pass. Pixler loses the joust. Jaeger at 6'2" defeats Pixler at 6'3". Usually setters use the joust. Coach Evan Larson with a question for the second referee on that joust, but she seems okay. Ball off of hands from Aguayo, and then was that blocked by Kogel? It might have been. So the server is Kenna Kogel. Can't see her from my position next to the R2, but she's behind the two coaches, and she floats it in. Tight shot. Now that was a great play. Jaden Jaeger tried to wipe it off the block, and she could not, as the block was held by McKenna Rumpel, as well as the setter, Kaya Pixler. Kogel, tough serve off tape. It's going to go in the plane and be jammed down by Alyssa Aguayo, and all of a sudden, Storm has fought back to even this one up at 5. Coach Ozhan not ready to take a timeout yet. He wants to see another serve from Kogel, see if his team can handle it. It's a tight set for Jaeger, and again, she tried to wipe it off the block, but the right hand of Kaya Pixler went out and turned that ball inward. You can see Jager's trying to push it off of hands, and Pixler's turning it in. Good to be a 6'3" setter. She is committed to South Carolina. I failed to mention that. She'll be playing in the SEC. Now this time a more traditional swing for Jager. Got a good set, and she put it away. Great to run a 5-1 offense with a 6'3" setter. No opportunity for your opponent to attack over a more traditional 5'10" setter. The service is Jaden Jager. Shot from Aguayo, dug. Point set off the block. Pixler finds it. Oh, moon ball. Smart play by Aguayo to just put it in play. Now the back row swing. And that was Jaden Jager attacking on a pipe, but she got the net. So now the server is Kaya Pixler. And it is a Storm 1-point lead. They're up 1-0, 25-21 in the first set if you're joining us late. But why would you join us late for such a good match? That's a kill, I do believe, for Ariel Chime. Excited to see players committed to Vanderbilt as they are starting that program and apparently have a quite talented first-year team thanks to the transfer portal. Ooh, an ace for Coast. They'll take it. Yuri Park with the ace because it was in the seam, and Aguayo and Mahaffey didn't have a clear responsibility worked out between the two of them. Park again should serve to the same location, this time handled, and turning it left. McKenna Rumpel out of bounds, signaled by Henry Chen. And now Coach Ryan Larson, she's up talking to her front row players, Rumpel and Dorsey. Good serving by Yuri Park, creating problems. Short serve, that's tough. This will be tough for Pixler. She's back row, so she couldn't block. Free ball given. And that ball was touched, I think, by the block and the defense, so a kill for Ava. Point set. Smart shot, but she's a future Yale Bulldog, so wouldn't expect anything less. Yuri Park, Coach Ozhan, emphatic. He likes this 3-point lead. He wants to keep it. Good pass. Aguayo going the other way. Point set with the block. It'll come back free. Chance for Zamora. She's going to try middle. The tip shot dug all the way over. Then a joust won by Aguayo. So Coast did not handle the free ball well. It was put up in the plane, and Zamora wound up in a joust with Aguayo. Server is Alyssa Aguayo. Back set. Oh, free ball given by Park because no one home. Hahn goes high hands. She's dug. Tip shot toward the sideline. I think it was Cox, and then there's Samaya Dorsey with the big swing. And it is service time again for Alyssa Aguayo, but we're going to get a sub first as Cox will come off and a third middle, Savannah Simpson, coming on. Shot, cross court, great swing, and I think Coach K saved it. Looks like some of the coaches for the National Division have completed their semis, and they're in the gold. We'll find out who that is later because we have that match coming up at 1:30. That's 3 contacts for Coast, so that'll go as an ace for Ava Zamora. Let's see where she serves behind her ace. We'll talk about her accuracy as she puts it in. Always good to serve a quality serve behind an ace. Hole in the block, so Hahn drives it through, but back row swing coming, and it's touched. And that is Jaden Jaeger. She's been one of the stars for this Coast team. Really like her ability to hit from the front row and the back row. Zamora to serve again. Aaron Pass will use her platform, and no chance for Hahn to go line. She went into the net. Looks like Coach Larson is close to a timeout. She is up talking to her assistant coach, Andrew McCall. She's in the black jacket. I'm not sure she's on camera. I know Coach Ozhan's on camera because he's right on the sideline. Pixler's going to have to work hard. This ball will come back. Not sure who saved it. It might have been Mahaffey. And then Mahaffey with the dig against point set. But it will be another free ball. Chance for Zamora. Where does she choose to go? Back to point set. And she nails the sideline. Ava, point set. Smart shot. Coach Ozhan fired up because he knows a timeout is coming. And indeed, it is a timeout taken by Evan Larson and Arizona Storm Elite. Technically, their full name is Arizona Storm 18 Thunder. And their club director is Terry Spann. And Coach K goes way back with Coach Terry Spann. She is with her 13s in Las Vegas. And I know she's tuned in. I hope everything's coming in loud and clear because she's one of the great ladies in the sport of women's club volleyball. Played with Misty May at Ichiban back in the day. Our two bronze medalists today. First Alliance Gold with the head coach Megan Keck and Tribe 18 Elite as we're back underway. Point set with another kill. Coast running away with set two. George Rivera, the coach of Tribe. Coach K's been here with High Performance 18 National this week, and we refed Tribe's matches, and they are a talented team. They will get a bronze medal. They are from the Florida region. Hahn finally gets the ball off of hands, and in fact, the block got the net. So it's a kill either way for Coast, and they cut the lead to 7. And it's Izzy Mahaffey to serve. Going to Long Beach, the home of the number 1 ranked men's D1 team in NCAA volleyball. Shot from Delicio Doug. Oh, crafty little roll shot from Hahn. There's the back row swing. Jaeger has to be run down by Mahaffey. Dorsey off of hands. Will it come back? Jaeger saves it. Oh, no, it's free and short. Nobody there. That ball needed to be picked up by a front row player on the short free ball. And Coast very happy. Delicio gets a pat on the back from Coach Ozhan. Server is Ava point set. Pixler to Dorsey, cross court. Zamora digs it, playing defense first. Jaeger to the corner, run down by Aguayo. Cross court, that will score. Dorsey on the right. Dorsey off. Olivia Lenz on. Getting late though for Arizona Storm. Looking like a 3-setter, which would be appropriate given the high level of both these teams. Lenz to serve, trouble. So out of system ball for the lefty, Galen. Ball into the block by Hahn. She'll try again. This time she chips it. Zamora with a sensational set. Staying out of the net, staying off the center line. She gets it to Jaeger. Ava Zamora has been impressive. She's going to get a little star on Coach K's score sheet. So Pixler now in rotation 4 as we're getting a sub. Maya Coaster back in to serve. the underclassmen. Still undecided, but playing up on 18s as a sophomore in high school. Solid block by Galen and Chimes, and then Hahn, a little bit frustrated, hits it wide. Assistant coach Neely Karaj with the encouragement. She's in the black quarter zip. Tight ball, Pixler back tip, and that will score. Couple of touches, but Coast can't keep it alive. Lead back to 7. Coaster comes off for Simpson, and Simpson comes off for Park. Coast turning it around in set 2. They trailed pretty much the whole first set, and they've led pretty much the whole second set. Ball off of Lenz. It does come back. Chimes may get another chance. She does, and she scores. Ariel Chime with that kill. And Delicio back in for Galen. And a second and final timeout. Why not? If you're head coach Evan Larson, you might as well talk it over right now. It's been a great tournament here in Salt Lake, as it is a huge L-shaped convention center, so we have kind of a unique setup. We're right at the corner in the L on court 21. Coming up next, the 18 National Gold Medal Final, and that will be a high-level match. We've had a Liberty Final behind me on court 19, and the USA division will also be on court 19. We have 3 courts this year, so I believe Patriot and Freedom are over on court 20. And I think there's an American final later today on court 19. Here we go, the Delicio serve. It's a good one, but a perfect pass. And, that probably would have gone out off of Aguayo's swing, but it was touched by Pixler. So, Coast running away with set number 2. High ball to Kogel in the middle, and she's blocked. Chimes was there. I think Jaeger was there. And this is a completely different second set. The first set was tight, won by 4. This one's already a 10-point lead, and it almost became 11, but that ball was saved over. Now a joust won, well, not yet by Aguayo. It is cleared. Aguayo comes inside, draws the block into the net. She'll get the kill. And Coach Larson up telling everybody to just keep going 1 point at a time. Not seen too many comebacks from 13-22, but it could happen. Server is Kenna Kogel. High ball on the left. Jaeger, just an inch or 2 out. Henry Chen watched it closely and raised the flag. So serve receive with Zamora front left in rotation 4. Kogel to serve again. Watch Zamora on 2 if she gets a chance. Well, she won't get a chance on that errant pass. It comes back as a free ball. Kogel's done her job, coming inside for a 31 or a 2 or a 4, whatever you want to call it. Well, it wasn't a 2. It was more of a 31, 32. It was another kill for Aguayo. And now Coach Ozhan, he's not taking any chances. He's going to take a timeout with a 7-point lead. And I could see into the Arizona Storm huddle a lot better than I can see into the Coast huddle. They are way to my left. But looking into the Storm huddle, the first person talking was Izzy Mahaffey. That's what you want for your libero. Have to be the leader of the defense. Coach Larson with a couple of moves with her arm. She's a former middle hitter. And you can't say this Storm team doesn't know what they're doing. 8 of them have 4 medals, including 3 golds. trying to pick up their 4th gold in 5 years. It's just an incredible story. I'm going to have the Coach K Hall of Fame available at the 14s through 17s tournament in Dallas. And I'm going to have a list of all the players that have won 4 or 5 medals. And we're going to have to add 8 of them regardless of the outcome of this one. Chimes off of the block. Ariel Chime with the kill. So no stopping Coast. They lead by 8 again, and let's see, we're going to get an interesting substitution. Jager's going to serve. Petra Fritz was ready to serve, but now it's going to be Jager. So let's see. Pixler's live in the front row, front right, row 6. She's going to run a slide, and it's a kill for McKenna Rumpel. Dorsey back, Lenz back off. So for Coast, it's a good rotation, but they trail by 7 up against 2 to go. Have to start the rally now. Can't wait till set point. A little roll shot from point set. Then Dorsey with a tip. Point set this time takes a rip, and she'll get point number 24. Ava point set with a good shot through the big storm block. Quite a turnaround. Coast 1 point away from tying this one up at a set apiece and setting up what will have to be an epic third set. Perfect pass from Pixler. She goes back to Aguayo, lined up on the right. The outside puts it away, avoids 1 set point. Now it's up to Alyssa Aguayo to serve 7 in a row, or this one's over. I can't say I've never seen it done, but maybe once. And a dig by Kaya Pixler, but that might have been touch. Let's see. Yeah, there was a touch called. It was right in front of the first referee, so 25-17 will be the score of set number 2. So the captains will come over, and it is Jaden Jager and Kaya Pixler, and the coin toss by second referee Michael Alexander. And let's see, we've got serve on the Coast side. So Coast will have the serve for set number 3 as the line judges are going to take a quick break. You know, the hardest working man in this match is our first official, Brian Ford from the Rocky Mountain region. He has to stay on the stand, and he doesn't get a beverage. I saw Michael Alexander. He got a little sip of his coffee. They do have the headsets, so they can talk to each other. So I think the second referee could bring Brian Ford a drink if he wanted to. I'm Coach K, and this is the 18 Open Gold Medal Final. And we know both these teams are going to win a medal. It's just a question of what color. So we wanted to take a look at the history of this age bracket. So in 2024 in Las Vegas, they were 17s, and it was Arizona Storm over Houston Skyline in Open. In 2023, they were 16s, and it was Arizona Storm over First Alliance. In 2022 in Indy, they were 15s, and it was Alamo Premier over Arizona Storm. So if you're keeping track, that's 2 golds and a silver. But you go back to 2014 in Las Vegas, and it was Arizona Storm over TAV Black. So that's 4 medals, 3 gold and a silver. 2020, they did not have a 13s age bracket as the season was canceled for these class of 2025 graduates from high school. In 2019, we had 12s in Indy, the national division, the highest division, San Gabriel Elite over Boiler Juniors. And then in 2018, 11's only one division for that age. SG Elite won it over OT Danny. So there have been 6 opportunities to win a medal for the class of 2025, who are now seniors in high school, at least most of them. And Arizona Storm has taken 4 medals in that run. And as I look down the list, the only other team, the girls from SG Elite, won 2 golds in 11s and 12s. Now, I didn't keep track of all the bronze medals, but the Storm players have never had a bronze, and they won't get one today. They've had nothing but 3 golds and a silver, and there's 8 of them that have had that recognition. And we'll mention them at our first timeout. Right now, they'd like to win a gold, but so would Coast. And according to the coaching staff, the Coast players on their roster, none of them have a medal. So here we go, deciding set. I know our volleyball fans know what we play to. I won't even mention it. It's Dorsey with the first point. Samaya Dorsey. She's one of the players with just 2 medals, along with Avery Booth, who is a reserve player, and then one more reserve, Deborah Johnson, with just 1. It's Olivia Lenz with the serve. Let's see if it's a rejuvenated team. Ooh, little touch by Kogel. Saved that play. It looked like it wouldn't make it over. And now she runs the slide and score. It looked like Jaeger had gotten the ball to the floor. It was starting to go down the net, and the left hand of Kenna Kogel kept it alive. Amazing. So an early 2-0 lead. I think Coach Ozhan will not be too patient in a deciding set. He wants to see this serve. Zamora to Jaeger. Boom goes the dynamite. Jaeger bounces at midcourt. So Pixler in row 4. They want the tall setter in the front row early. She is front left. It's Yuri Park who created problems with her serve. I think she had a couple of aces. Where does Park go? She goes low and over. Lenz handles it. Pixler to Hahn, who's blocked. Chime and Galen. So Chime at 6'3" and Galen at 6'2", sealed off the net. We're all even at 2s. Wouldn't be surprised to see extra points in this deciding set, but we'll find out. Pixler had to stretch to keep that low pass alive. Zamora to Jaeger, off hands. Jaeger finding ways to use the blocker's hands. So there is an all-tournament team for the 18 Open division, and Coach K will have that. Be sure to stay tuned at the end of the match, as I have a representative ready to give me that all-tournament team roster. Crazy play. The ball came over. Chime was going to attack it. It got below the net, and she tried to save it with one hand and could not. Just a hair too late for Ariel Chime. Server is Zoe Hahn. And Hahn puts it in play. Oh, Galen into the net. Storm gets a free point. Another serve coming from Zoe Hahn. Zamora's in the back row. Back left. She gives it to Chime, and Chime's going to score with a soft tip. It looked like Storm's defense was there, but they could not get there in time, and it's Juliet Delizio back on. She's created some problems with her serve. She's got on the cool blue shoes. Out of system ball, that's what you want. Chime picks up the short shot, and then the block does stop Jaeger. Now she gets it through the block, and this will not work. A bit of a beach dig from Zoe Hahn. The ball was outside her body line, and she went with 2 hands and couldn't get it up to Pixler. Coast up 1. Another serve by Delicio, handled by Lenz, and a kill. Kogel. And it is Kenna Kogel on serve. Always good to have a talented serving middle. And for Storm, it's Kenna Kogel. Angle shot. Lenz was there. Rumpel tips it deep. It will come back over. Good thing Aguayo was ready. Now she tips, and that scores. The candy cane tip from Alyssa Aguayo, making her case for the MVP of the 18 Open bracket. I think she and Jaeger are certain all-tournament team representatives, but we'll see. It's a vote by all the coaches, tabulated by the USAV staff. Jaeger crushes it. And we are all even at 6. Izzy Mahaffey back on. And Jaeger serves. Coach Ozhan, he hasn't left that spot a foot off the sideline the whole match. Oh, going on 2. An interesting shot by Kaya Pixler. She's making her presence felt at 6'3", going on 2. And now she'll be the server. That brings back Samaya Dorsey. Zamora gets a perfect pass, and Chime knows what to do with it. She drives it off of Pixler on a little baby slide right behind the setter. She'll depart, and here comes Coaster again. Coach Ozhan has stayed with a number of serving subs. We have not seen a problem with either team running out of subs in the 25-point set, so we won't see it in the deciding set. Oh, Mahaffey let it go. And it's an ace for Maya Coaster. Remember that name? She's undecided, just a sophomore in high school. This time it's a awkward pass, and then Pixler collides with Dorsey trying to set that ball. I think Dorsey wanted to help, but it didn't work out well, and now Coast, the first one's to 8 in a deciding set. That's a Coach K benchmark. Good pass this time by Hahn. And a big swing. This is coming back. Somebody has to get there. Dorsey does. Now she runs a little slide, and that ball was not touched and into the net and landed in. Coach Larson's going to need a timeout. I think she's waiting till the ball goes back to the server at 10-7. No, she's not going to take one. Wants to get a side out here. Gets a good pass from Aguayo, and that ball is saved back, and Zamora will get a kill. And now Coach Larson will take a timeout, 1 point perhaps too late. As Arizona Storm is in trouble, down 4 in a deciding set. 4 to go. So let's give the names of those outstanding Arizona Storm players that are in the now forming Coach K Hall of Fame in terms of 4 or 5 medals won. Alyssa Aguayo is going to get her 5th. Kenna Kogel's going to get her 5th. McKenna Rumpel's going to get her 5th. Kaya Pixler's going to get her 5th. Avery Lim's going to get her 5th. Izzy Mahaffey's going to get her 5th. Olivia Len's going to get her 5th. And McKaylee Herr is going to get her 5th medal. And Zoe Hahn's going to get her 4th medal. So those players, I'm going to write up the Coach K Hall of Fame. I'll have it for you when I'm in Dallas. But those are outstanding performances. Out of system ball again, and this will be free. Coast can take a bigger lead. But the block is there. Rumpel and Dorsey, and that ball's out. Good rip, but over the end line. So the lead down to 3. So Coach Larson got what she wanted. It wasn't easy. It took a hitting error. Yuri Park back on to pass and play defense, and it's Alyssa Aguayo serve. Crunch time for Arizona Storm. Tight pass and a joust. Won by Zamora. Then a block against Hahn. That was Cox up in the middle. But a block the other way. Dorsey and Rumpel. It's Samaya Dorsey and McKenna Rumpel coming up huge. Cutting the lead to 2. So the side out and the block starting the rally, but here comes Coast. Out of system ball, but no question. Ooh. Yes, that ball was not in the plane. It was a save set coming up for Pixler, but she was going to save it one-handed, and now Coach Ozhan Barambegi is going to take a timeout. Good timeout by the head coach. Never let anybody take the lead on you, especially if you were up 11-7, now 11-10. So Storm huddles up around Coach Evan Larson and assistant coach Andrew McCall. On the other side, Coach Ozhan with assistant coaches Nilai Karaj and Jimmy Geekus. Talk it over, and Coast is the first one back on the floor. They're the team up a point. Oh, we're going to get a sub. Savannah Simpson, who's contributed, in for Athena Cox. Zamora in rotation 6, right front. She may go on 2. The serve, the all-important serve from Alyssa Aguayo. Zamora sets it, and trying to roll it was Ava Poinsett, but it was hit too softly and never made it over the net. Both teams have another timeout left, and we are tied at 11. Storm has fought back, down 4. Back row swing, and it's in. Yeah, that's Jaeger out of the back row with a huge kill. She's still back for another rotation as Delizio's going to stay on the right, and Simpson's going to stay in the middle, and Poinsett will go left on the Zamora serve. Good pass by Aguayo, and a tip will drop. Running a slide and tipping McKenna Rumpel over the block and straight down. Great battle. All even at 12. Could we be in for overtime volleyball here in Salt Lake City? Good serve by Izzy Mahaffey. That was, a rotational error. The second referee, Michael Alexander, out of the Chesapeake region, caught the Coast receive out of rotation. What a tragic time for that error, as now Storm leads it 13-12, and Coach Ozhan's going to talk it over. Now you can see the coach out there with his players trying to get the first ball side out and tie this one up at 13. It was a terrific field in the final 8 for 18 Open. Teams that finished 5th, a terrific Wave team, Wave Juliana, Club V Black, Circle City Purple, and NorCal Black. They all finished in the 5th position in 18 Open. Mahaffey, another good serve. Zamora gets it. And was that touched? Begging for the touch. They're going to get the touch. Jamal Brown saw it. A big kill for Savannah Simpson. We're even at 13s. Pixler talks it over with Kogel. Now she's looking straight at Alyssa Aguayo. So looking like either Kogel or Aguayo is going to get the ball here. We'll see. Actually, no, it was Hahn. No, going the other way to Dorsey. She drives it through the hands. Jaeger is rejected. Kogel and Dorsey. That's Kenna Kogel and Samaya Dorsey with a sensational block on a big rip by the outside Jaden Jaeger. Set and match point coming up, and it's Olivia Lenz. This could be her last serve of her club career. She puts it in. Perfect pass by Jaeger, and Jaeger cuts it, and it's in on the sideline. Mahaffey knew it. You could tell by her face. Jaeger coming up big. We're going to have overtime points here for the gold medal. I would not like anything less. Yuri Park, the server, she's been tough. She got one in the seam earlier. This time Lenz, perfect pass. Kogel, though that looked like 4. They're going to say it was touched. We're playing on. Jaeger into the block and down. Pixler and Kogel. It was close. And now it's Zoe Hahn to serve. Pixler, the 6'3 setter, part of the block. Expect the ball to go to Jaden Jaeger from Zamora. Yeah, she's got to now, out of system. Jaeger's block. What a touch by Chime to keep it alive. Then a dig from Hahn and a shot to the corner that's out, and it is Storm with the sensational 16-14, the dog pile for Coach Evan Larson, assistant coach Andrew McCall, and a happy group of Storm players. They have accomplished something that may have never been done before in USA Volleyball history. They have won their 4th gold medal in 5 years in the open division. 14s, 16s, 17s, and 18s for Arizona Storm, particularly 8 of their players as their fans are on the floor. They are the gold medal winners. Sensational victory, 25-21, then 17-25, and then 16-14. They will get their awards on a location off-site